Hello YouTube. Over here is my second discussion about new technologies. This is me, Future Technology 52. Anyway, my thing is, name any sci-fi technology you'd want to bring back to the life. And by life, I mean non-fiction. Invisibility? Maybe, but that's not the point. What about invincibility? Still not the point. And completely impossible, too. But something that could bring us both, well, some of both, would be anti-gravity. Put it simple, anti-gravity is the ability to fly without any visible motion. So, many of us would think airplanes and helicopters were anti-gravity, or the solution. Maybe even fan wings and cyclogyros. But the thing is, those are anything but. Anyway, the thing is, have you ever walked under a helicopter? If you haven't, try standing outside in a tornado, maybe a hurricane, a little bit of both. The perfect hurricane simulator is standing under a helicopter. And the perfect way to bust your eardrums out, right out of your head, is standing next to a helicopter or airplane. So, that's definitely not anti-gravity because you can definitely see motion. So what do? Well, ever heard of a special material named mercury? That only metal in the elemental grid that's a liquid at room temperature? Supposedly, scientists say if you spin mercury fast enough, it goes into a state of no friction, which means inertia takes the place in running it through, which means if you spin fast enough, you gain inertia, then you decrease friction, and eventually the inertia of the own fluid lifts the container right off the ground, as if it was anti-gravity. And the best thing, you don't get blown by a hurricane or you get your eardrums busted out. So, how do we spin mercury? Well, it's toxic, so we can't just stir it up with our hands, and it needs to go very fast. So, the container also has to be very strong, and the strongest shapes would most likely be a torus or sphere. Because if you need something to move real fast, you better move in a circle. So, my concept would be more like this. A torus. Donut shape. And inside it, mercury, which is this little M in a circle. What do? To spin it around, we don't just stir it up. Inside, we would need large plates of iron or anything magnetic mixed inside with the mercury. I'll just use iron as an example. Iron. On the outside, we would need a large, powerful magnet run by a motor using the center of the torus as an axle. So let me draw this. There we go. So the magnet would slowly accelerate around the torus, which attracts the magnetic material, which is pretend that's the eye or iron, and makes it go spin around and around. Eventually, it gets faster and faster and faster, and within a couple of hours, maybe weeks or days, then it begins to stir up the mercury. Then I'm guessing even more weeks later, the mercury will spin fast enough to begin to reduce the weight of the container. The container must be very, very heavy, well over many tons. But eventually, if you wait long enough, it floats. So, what do? Simple. We attach the container to anything that we would like to fly or make float. After that, that thing floats, and we've got anti-gravity. Yay. Anyway, the helpful thing for anti-gravity, you could use it in all the ways you want. You shrink it down to a backpack size, and you've got a perfectly green jetpack. Or enlarge it into a large spaceship, and you'd be able to sling into space with no more than a small pencil rocket. Either way, anti-gravity is very versatile and has many possible uses. And since Google bought YouTube and Google sends and reads every single thing you post, so there's no true privacy, I'm really hoping they'd send this over to Obama or someone in the government to think about this. Maybe this could be the technology of the future. But hey, what can I know? I'm just a young little kid. Anyway, subscribe. Maybe do some more videos about the topic, while I do some more videos about my topics, discussions about what the future will look like. You can expect to see some more videos about steam locomotives versus diesel locomotives, or whether we should probably return to propeller power, or biplanes even. Or maybe even if any way to replace modern weaponry, as in guns, rockets. That'll be coming up real soon.